The following portion of Fox 43 AM Live is sponsored by Tender Loving Care Pet Nursing Hotel.
Joining us now is Leslie Farage with Tender Loving Care Pet Nursing Hotel here in our latest segment to talk everything pets. Good morning. I am very excited for this because I can't talk enough about my dog and cat.
Oh shucks!
Yes.
I didn't
Oh shucks.
realize
Oh,
that
no.
because I would. Next time I'm going to bring something for them.
Okay. All right. All right. Good to know. Good to know. So let's start out now. Refresh our viewers and tell us about Tender Loving Care Pet Nursing Hotel. You know what got you started? What are you up to nowadays?
Okay. So actually, we started thinking that we would be taking care of pets that were older and sick, but basically we're taking care of pets that are anxious, and we do have pets that are older and pets that need medical care. But really, there are so many anxious pets out there. You think to yourself, why? Because we're anxious, because we're stressed. And so, you know, we've now become a place where, you know, pet parents have options, because when pets are anxious or unsociable, they don't do well with 10 other dogs. So what makes us different from other pet facilities is that your pet gets individual one-on-one care. They can't run around with 10 other dogs. It just doesn't work. They're terrified or they're, you know, too aggressive or whatever the case may be. And so at Tender Loving Care, we take care of pets who are anxious, pets that are unsocial, pets that are older, pets that need medication. And as I traveled around the world, actually working for Hill's Pet Nutrition, I found that pet parents weren't going to weddings, they weren't going to funerals, they weren't going on vacation because they had no one to take care of their pets. They couldn't take it to a regular doggy daycare. And so I really felt that there was a need for it. You know, you think, oh, this is a great idea, but you know, you have to make sure that there's a need for something. And there really is a need for a place where pets that are anxious or don't get along with other pets can come. And so we have, you know, a really great facility for pets that have that need.
It's very wonderful. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Garth he loves being around other dogs, but he has his shy, anxious moments, and so we're always having a wonder what we're doing. We've had to cancel some events because we got to take care of Garth, so it's great that you're able to offer something like that. Yeah, what's it like to tailor care for each pet? How do you balance that?
Well, we have a quite extensive questionnaire that we ask pet parents about, and we really want to mimic what goes on in the home. We want to bring it to Tender Loving Care. So we make sure that we know their feeding schedules, their walking schedules. They go out every 2 hours. We have pet cuddlers that go into their suites and cuddle with them.
How do I get that job?
Yeah, come on over. They read stories to the pets just to make them feel at home. I tell pet parents, bring something that has your scent to it. We put that in the suite with the dog, and then, you know, they have a feeling like mom and dad aren't too far away. So we do things like that to help them feel a little less anxious, because, you know, a lot of them, they've never even been to a pet care facility because this is their first time. So we have to work with them to feel like they're almost at home with new people.
So you mentioned the anxious pets, but you also mentioned you kind of started out kind of looking at older pets. Yeah, what's that like enrichment activities and what kind of fun do you have with them?
Yeah, so we do enrichment. Means, like, people are like, well, what does enrichment mean? Well, it means that, you know, dogs can go and do what they're normally used to doing. So they use their nose to do things, they use their ears to do things, and they use their natural digging and things like that. So we have different toys that the enrichment director uses with them so that they can find things, and mostly it's treats, it's food. Some pets are very food motivated, others aren't. So we have different games and different puzzles that makes them use their mind to figure out, how do I get to that treat? How do I get to that toy? And that gets them to use their mind, use their senses. It actually gets them tired. So in that way, we're like a regular doggy daycare. And then after that, you know, they can rest and take a nap and then come back and play again. So one-on-one, though, is the key. They're not running around with 10 other dogs out in the playground. They're really just down with the director, doing these one-on-one puzzles and games.
Wonderful. And so for parents now who want to leave their pets over at TLC, what can they expect? What's the process look like?
So we have an online registration where they can go on and fill out a form and tell us all about their dog, or they can call Tender Loving Care and we can fill that out over the phone for them. And then when they come and check out, they can bring food for their pet, they can bring a toy. We have blankets and beds, and of course we have our pet cuddlers, and of course they should bring a harness or a leash. We have that, but it's always better if the pet feels as much as home as possible, so that they're wearing things that they're used to wearing when they're at home.
Of course, it's so lovely, really the tender, loving care that you offer these pets.
Thank you.
And real fast, you kind of mentioned kind of diets. They talk about they bring the food in. Yeah, what's that looking like? Kind of helping the diets for the whole dogs.
Well, what we want to make sure that we're doing is that we're feeding the food that's right for the pet, because we don't want stomach upset, we don't want diarrhea, we don't want any of that. So it's most important that people bring the food that they're used to feeding at home. And then some dogs get fed 3 times a day, some dogs get fed twice a day, some cats get fed 3 times a day. If a cat is diabetic and they need insulin, we have to make sure that they're eating so that they can get their insulin. So all those things are things that we take into consideration when we have cats and dogs in our facility. So we keep them healthy, so when mom and dad come back to pick them up, they're in great shape. And that is the most important thing. We want them to go home happy and healthy.
I love that. Real quick, Leslie, one more time, remind people how they can reach out to you if they want to book a stay.
Sure. So go to www.tlcpetnursinghotel.com, and you'll find our website there. You can click the reservation button and make a reservation and fill out your pet profile and come on in. Or you can call us at 785-329-4161.
Fantastic. Well, Leslie, thank you so much for joining us. I'm excited to talk more about pets with you next week.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Dane.
And everyone, please remember to learn more. You can visit tlcpetnursinghotel.com.
The preceding portion of Fox 43 AM Live was sponsored by Tender Loving Care Pet Nursing Hotel.